Yo, welcome back to your favorite source of crypto alpha. That's right, I hate that word. It's good to have you guys here. Happy Monday. We're going to do what we do every day. We're going to take a look at our live trades, what's going on there. A little bit of crypto news, market recap. We've got some charts to catch up on. I think the ones of note today, we got a good amount. MATIC, Doge, we got tons. We got everything. XRP, Ethereum, Doge, Uni, SHIB, AAVE, AVAX, Sol, Sand, Gal, whatever. We got it all. If you'd like to see a chart for whatever coin, I think we should do this. This was a good idea by my man Crypto Doc. Maybe a little spam off at the start. Let's see if that gets the viewerships up. Don't forget to smash the likes and subscribes. They make a huge difference. Let's try to get to 420 likes again today. The more you engage while we're live, meaning like the stream, subscribe, chat, vote on the polls. The more you do that, the more YouTube shows this live stream to more people, and that's how we grow. Thank you guys so much for doing that day in and day out. It makes a difference. It's not wasted, I guarantee it. If you guys start spamming and hitting the likes and stuff, I guarantee that concurrent viewer number rockets. So let's go. Let's jump into it. Welcome to our trade then. So let's take a look at today's market, what's going on in crypto. Our biggest 24-hour gainers. Let's refresh that. We got Tezos taking the lead. Actually, OMI was the leader. Now Tezos. We actually have Monero. I haven't pulled that up. Probably pulled that up as well. Interesting 7-day. You can see that over here, these 7-day charts. We're seeing maybe some breakouts on these. So we're going to pull up these charts before the end of the live stream. I think just real quick, we'll peek at Tezos. Tezos falling down. Looks like it's looking for this kind of macro support. This is an old chart. We'll do an in-depth run of it, but it looks like maybe $1.13 sitting below his support. And while it has had some daily gain, you can see it's not really maybe anything to get excited about quite yet. We're still very close to that major support. OMI as the second biggest gainer. I don't even know what to say about this. I just pulled this up. It's an old one. Basically, unless there's more chart history I'm not familiar with, all-time lows were broken back in May, and it does look like it's completed a measured move to the downside at 00123. So we'll take a look at that more during the live stream as well, but we're not done yet. So let's take just a recap. Bitcoin down about 1%, Ethereum roughly the same, Tether and USDC surprisingly hovering around $1. That's a wild card. BNB relatively flat, along with what looks like the rest of the market. Really, Cardano and Solana, the only, and Doge, the only ones that are having any kind of 24-hour loss, and that's only at 2-3%. Our biggest losers, IOTA, what a weird story. I'm not going to get into it today. That was a really hype coin back in 2017. Really never performed again. Rune in the second biggest losing spot of the 24 hours. We looked at that last stream as one of the biggest gainers. Maybe giving up a little bit what it has, giving back a little bit what it's taken. Uniswap there as well. We looked at that recently, down 6%. As we'll get into that in the stream as well. Everything as well. All as well. That's right. So going on in crypto news real quick. These are the articles I found today of any significance. 3 Arrows founder in hiding. I didn't even read this article. That's all we need to know. Pretty crypto exchange-esque. Now we're getting ads. I'll send them a bill for that. Pretty crypto exchange. We see kind of during these insolvency periods, CEOs disappearing. If anyone remembers Quadriga, their CEO took a trip to India where he unexpectedly died. I don't think anyone ever produced a body, and I don't think they ever found him. So just kind of an interesting maybe perspective on how the market's feeling right now. Literally in hiding. Voyager, I believe, has frozen withdrawals since our last stream. They were talking about it, or maybe had already done it. Not a lot there. Pretty much the summary of the crypto space right now is we're seeing what companies are actually solvent, and the answer is less than we would like. So be very careful. I think we'll do a friendly reminder again today. Not your keys, not your coins. Right now is a very uncertain time, not just in crypto, but in the world at large. We're seeing kind of a cascading liquidation effect on these platforms. Get your coins off exchange. I have a very little amount on exchange to trade with, just my trading bag. Everything else is in cold storage. I've withdrawn completely from every platform except for Celsius because I couldn't get it off there. To my cold wallet, And I'm just going to wait for the market to cool down. I'm going to wait for these kind of liquidations, these insolvencies to pass over. And then maybe I'll look to put it back on. But I'm going to be skeptical. I'm going to be slow. I'm telling you guys, it's not fun. It's not a fun approach, but the slow and cautious moves in crypto are usually the smartest. Real quick, shout out to our sponsors, Market Cypher, Femex. We're going to be trading on Femex. Great exchange. No KYC. Spot derivatives, whatever. I use them all the time. You're going to watch me trading. And Market Cypher, you're going to see me using this on every chart. Both top of the line industry leading companies. Check them out in the video description below. One more piece of news I forgot about. Not exactly crypto related, but I'm sure crypto people are talking about it. You might not be able to see it, but basically Elon Musk. This whole debacle has been very weird. Elon goes to Twitter and says, I'm going to get rid of the bot problem. Then he says, I'm going to buy Twitter. Then he says, wait, I'm not going to buy Twitter. You guys have too many bots. Now shares of Twitter are down 36%. Are they related? I would say that we can't blame Elon Musk for the kind of global tumbling of stocks and equities we're seeing. However, I do think this is kind of a shady move on his part. I used to be the biggest Elon fan. Now I'm been teetering on the edge for a while. Kind of a shady move. He buys shares of Twitter, pumps it up saying he's going to buy Twitter, he's going to buy the majority share, whatever, take it private. Then all of a sudden pulls his offer based on information that he clearly had. He was talking about getting rid of the bots being the problem. Kind of looks like he pumped and dumped Twitter. It's not really crypto related, but it's something interesting. And I think it's just another testament to where we're at in markets right now. Some very sketchy territory. Let's jump into our very first chart. The dollar. We revisit it almost every stream now, and we will until it finally chills the F out. The dollar breaking up, continuing to break up, finally hitting our long-awaited $108 target. That's a poll. No, that's not the poll. It's a community post earlier. Our 108 Dixie target. We started looking for that back here in May as it closed above a major resistance, and now we're looking for where it could be next. 108, I do not believe is... we can look at the chart back here in 2002 in September and say there's some resistance there. But really what it is it's just a measured move. We took our Fibonacci extension and retracement tool from our swing high to swing low, and that points us to 108. So that's why we were targeting that area. However, that even on the weekly doesn't look too much like it's going to be a significant resistance, although 1, 2, 3, 4, multiple months of trading rejected from there. The question, honestly, now that we've reached 108 is that it? Is that it? Is it done? It's going to come down to the Fed. I was listening to something earlier, and I think that whoever was speaking was dead on. The Fed is like the biggest market participant right now. They're basically the buyers and sellers of last resort. And what they do into the end of this year is likely going to determine the outcome of the dollar. So we have a real resistance above us at 121, and that's from our swing high at early 2000s. And I guess we could even put this on the chart. It's so far away, I haven't even put it on there. If we look back to 1983, the dollar was on a ripper, trading the Dixie trading up to 165. That's a huge upside from here. For the dollar even to reach 121 is a 10% increase, and up to its 1980 high is almost a 50%. This is like crypto. The answer, in my opinion, is if the Fed continues to push these rate hikes, continues to stay hawkish, and especially if they accelerate that, the dollar should keep going, keep moving. That would have been really negative news a few weeks ago as Bitcoin was moving very inversely to the dollar, but no longer, at least in my opinion, I haven't seen that correlation hold as well over the last week or two. You can see dollar reaching to new highs this month. Bitcoin has not reached a new low this month. That's maybe the easiest way to put it. But if rate hikes increase, 121 is on my radar, and that will likely spell blood for almost everything. If the dollar keeps going up, the assets valued in dollars are going to go down. When the Fed finally walks it back, we should see that reverse. Things go back to all-time highs. Not even crypto related, just everything in general. So, little recap of where we are. The dollar is at its highest point this month, and we haven't seen any significant selling yet on Bitcoin. So I think that's actually a positive. I think it's a positive thing. Let's jump into the Bitcoin chart. This is our old chart. This is from last stream, I think, I did move this around. I think originally we were looking at a symmetrical triangle that broke to the downside. I should leave it the way it was. It was something like this. Boop. Boop. There we are. I don't know. Maybe it was like that. Broke to the downside. Now we're in what I think is, and I had it earlier, more of a descending wedge pattern. Something like this. The target is a logical one if it makes it down there. 19.9. This is where I'm keeping my eye. This is like maybe the most important sentence of Bitcoin TA I'm going to say today. Let me pull up the fresh chart. Is 19,900. Actually, what even is the date? I have no idea. It's July 11th. July 11th, 2022. Is the most important value on this chart right now, in my opinion. It was 2021's open. It is the bearish engulfing point for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin closes this year below 19.9, for the first time ever, it will close a bearish engulfed yearly candle. I'm going to bet against that. Even if we do see lower lows, even if we see whatever numbers on your mind, 17, 15, 13, 10, 630, negative 10, a million, I don't know. Even if we go down to those numbers, I don't believe, and yeah, maybe wrong. I'm not always right. I don't give financial advice because I'm wrong all the time. I just share my opinion. I don't believe that it's going to close the year. So I think pretty much regardless, we're going to see the yearly close above 19.9, no matter how low we go. Time will tell. But 19.9 here for me is going to be pivotal. And let me get rid of a lot of this stuff from the other day. The reason being, we saw and we went short. Maybe it's a good time to update our live trade. We went short at 22,444 for a very specific reason. We'll go over to our chart. Here is our, I don't know if you can, there we go. Here's our fill. Oh, these are all the fills. We filled heavily at 22,444 short. We're still in that position. We have not gotten out of that position. I did shave off the smallest piece of profit at 20,500. That's roughly where we are right now. I closed 15 out of 265 contracts. We still have 250 live. You can see I have a take profit order that doesn't completely close my short, but it does a much larger take profit at 19.9. Where's it going with this? Oh, I was just updating the live trade, but 19.9 being the most significant level. Real quick, I guess, then here's some changes we've made to our live trade. We'll go over this in depth. We have a little more take profit orders, but not a lot has changed there. Go to the day. Man, I lost my train of thought. So this is kind of I remember now. Look at me. I take like one day off. I went and had some fun yesterday, and now my brain's all over the place. Here's why I'm looking at this level. Is it this? Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Not only is it that most important level for the yearly close, this is going to like kind of reverberate out into every time frame, but also if we look at July's swing low at 18.6 and our test of the 200 weekly where we went short, our golden pocket or our golden retracement level, the 618, sitting right there at 19.9. It's about 20,000 if we want to be exact, close enough. I want to see this level hold even though I'm in a short. If this level holds, I think we move back up. If it's even tested, we move back up to retest that 200 weekly, and we'll see what happens there. This doesn't create a very pretty pattern regardless, no matter what. Even if we do bounce from 19.9, our pattern is still pretty bearish. This is still very much some kind of descent or ascending channel. We typically look for these to break to the downside. If we just really roughly throw this up there, we could say, well, that even looks pretty good for around mid-July, hitting the bottom of this channel, maybe going to the top. Not sure yet. However, we do have a significant resistance or significant support at 20,500, and that's why I took a little profit there. If we look back to early June, mid-early June, the daily candles here consolidated like crazy, right around 20,500. It could find support from this traded volume, and you know what would be a good thing we haven't looked at in a while. We haven't looked at it because it keeps goofing up when I try to use it live, but if we can get our volume profile to work, that might be a treat for today. There we go. I think it's working. It's going to make it a little more visible. There we go. Boom. Wow, I hate how that overlaps with the candles. That drives me nuts. Ooh, that drives me nuts. I don't like that. And we can't move them. No. Well, all right. That's okay. We can still kind of see this visually. If you look at volume profile, so volume profile, unlike regular volume, which is down here showing you on a time frame, so each day's volume profile is showing us how much volume is traded at each price level. So it's not taking time into consideration in the same way. When we use volume profile just at this area, we see the highest traded volume, or the point of control, sitting right around 20,400, maybe 20,300. So there is some reason we could find support here that is outside of simply looking at candle closes or horizontals. We have high traded volume, so there is absolutely possibility to see a bounce here. The only problem and the big question is, well, we get a bounce, cool, but where do we go? We go back to the 200 weekly. It has moved up a little bit since our test on the 8th, but we have to break it. We can't just hit it again. If we hit it again and get rejected, that's probably a very, very bearish sign for the short, and maybe even into the midterm for cryptocurrency. You can see last week touched it. We have a new weekly candle on our hands. We're 19 hours in. Wouldn't be terrible to see, and I guess that's the exact same level, the exact same price level. On the weekly, we see that consolidation, 20,500. So I'm basically looking at this chart in a way of, I'm going to, as I did, take a little profit at 20.5, take more profit at 19.9. I might look to shave something off at like 19.3 down here from our weekly closes. However, if we break through these levels, probably gonna end up keeping that short open for a while. We'll see. We did not break the 200 weekly, and that is not a good sign. Bitcoin has been rejected from the 200 weekly before and closed below. However, it's just an uncomfortable place to be. If we were to break this low from June after moving up to the 200 weekly, that gets a little sketchy. We haven't really seen anything like that in Bitcoin's history. And if we just look at our weekly time frames, our measured moves using our Fibonacci extensions and retracement tools, our 1618's at 15K on the dot, and our measured move, the 2, right at our significant support. I don't like the way that this lines up. 15,000, not really as important of a number, but anything that points to 13.8 is scary to me. That is a extremely pivotal support for Bitcoin. If we see 17.5 break, that's probably where we'll be looking. We haven't seen it yet, but the rejection, or at least the inability to break the 200 weekly moving average, not a comfortable spot for me. Not a comfortable spot. We were looking for some kind of repeat, some kind of repetition of our pattern here. We had small green, big green, small red. We saw that repeat here, and it looks like the pattern broke. We didn't get a big green, followed by another big green, followed by a red. We started selling off instead, and we talked about why we might look for that and why price action, despite being up, didn't have me feeling confident. And that's because if we look back to May, we have a very, very similar thing going on. This is a very similar structure. Let's get rid of the 200 weekly now. Very similar structure. You have a swing low that gets bought up that happened in May. Same thing happened in June. You traded basically sideways. This is a little more volatile, but for the most part sideways. You had a high, you broke that high, so you had a higher high even back here in May on the 31st before falling off and exploring new lows. So the reason I was uncomfortable in our last stream is I said it is great that it's up here, but if we don't just flag out and hold support, we're looking a lot like May. Looking extremely like May. Doesn't mean it has to repeat, but that's uncomfortable. May had a very similar movement of price where we went from, oh no, there we go. Went from a swing low. Actually, let's do it this way. Went from a fall to a low to a high. We basically traded sideways. We broke that high and then we fell. So if we look at the price structure now, it's really freaking similar, and I don't like that. We swing to our low, we have a high, we break that high, and if we follow May, it looks like we would trade sideways a little bit, see a lower high, and then fall. This is absolutely a realistic threat. We're not there yet. Nobody knows. Nobody can tell you where the bottom is. I wish I could. I'm just seeing this pattern. I'm not liking it. Luckily, all patterns do break eventually. Hopefully this one is broken, but it's something absolutely to be aware of. The price action down here is very, very similar to the 25 to 32 range from earlier, just back in May. Let's take a look at indicators quick. Screw you, Bitcoin, of course. Money flow finally looking healthy, rolling over into the positive, and we may be in a crappy situation again. Momentum was able to move to positive here very briefly, got sold into, and now we're seeing it roll over again. We're going to need to see buyers come in, and this for me lines up really well with about 19.9. If buyers come in at 19.9, we'll likely see this momentum move back to negative, find a higher low to continue this trend, and then move back, break its highs, go higher. Very uncertain here. I don't like that this has rolled over. I was really hoping that we would find some strength on our money flow, on our daily time frame, and it does not appear as if we have found it yet. MACD backing that up. MACD, I hate this line. Go away, MACD line. I'll just ignore it for now. MACD, we see today potentially the second day of waning buying momentum after apexing the 9th at the 200 weekly. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot of moving pieces. The 200 weekly is the goal. Close anything above the 200 weekly, things can look better. And until then, it is hard to be bullish. It's hard to expect upside until we can retake that point. Whew. I went way longer than I was planning on with Bitcoin. I wanted to just kind of plow through. Our live trade, I don't know if I have really any updates on this. Not really. All right, let's just keep going through the charts. Ethereum, our baby Ethereum. Last time we were live, this was looking pretty hopeful. It was back here, July 8th. Wait. No, we streamed before that. It was probably like 9th. We were looking hopeful. You can see these arrows were drawn last time. We had multiple daily closes at 12:36, 12:40. We said if we get a higher daily close, we're probably looking for Ethereum to move up to 1400. I am still at some point looking for Ethereum to move to 1400 and honestly to 1700 to back test that previous support. We're not seeing it yet, but we did again reject from the same level. So this is actually a good and bad thing. It's actually both. It's bad because obviously we rejected again from the same price point. That's not great. Price moved down. It actually has now moved to 1128 right off of a previous resistance, so it could find support there. Too early to tell. So negative that it rejected again, but we do have a positive silver lining here. That daily resistance has been hammered now many times. If we just look at the closes, our third touch, if we look at Wix, it's like the 10th. Each time Ethereum hits roughly that level, 1240, it is weakening that resistance. The lows, as long as they keep coming up, Ethereum's fine. Ethereum can keep hammering that resistance, bringing up its lows, and we'd look for that break to 14 or 1700, possibly higher. However, if you break your low, you're no longer in this structure and you lose it, things look crappy. That'd be about under 1,000. So I like what's going on in the sense of it's a very clean, defined resistance that's been very clearly hit over and over. We just need to find a higher low and then close higher. And Ethereum, I think, has some green in its future. If that happens, it's very likely. Indicators look just like Bitcoin, very little difference there. I think it's going to come down to, does the higher low hold? Does the higher low hold? Actually, I'm going to set an alert on Ethereum right here. Boom. Nothing too different, really. Nothing too unexpected. Just rejected from where it was. Ooh, we have our first subscriber. Chu Huey Kit has taken this stream's live streams. Scribe Virginity. Thank you, my friend. Great to have you. If you haven't subscribed or smashed that like button yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. Are you waiting? If you're waiting, stop waiting. Just hit the buttons, join the family, you'll get shouted out. The more you subscribe and like during the live, the more people discover the stream on YouTube. It shows it to more people. So it's very helpful and it makes a difference, and I appreciate you. Welcome, my friend. All right, I don't really think I'm going to have too much more on Ethereum, actually. Maybe with the weekly open. Yeah, with the weekly open, okay, actually, I'm glad we looked at this. So we have to look at the weekly time frames on everything. I need my crosshair to be more visible. There we go. There we go. Here it is. So I like where Ethereum is at right here with the low today. If it breaks, it's not looking as good. The reason being, look at the weekly. You can see our original weekly candle closes 11.25. That's, I think, to the dollar, maybe off by a few cents. Where we have bounced from, we'll call it a bounce, but at least where we've seen some kind of buyers come in on Ethereum, I'd like to see it hold this price point. Holding this price point on the weekly, likely moving back at least to 1200 to test these previous highs as resistance. That'd be a good setup. If this level is lost, we're very shallowly into this week. We've only had 19 hours of trading. If 1100 is lost, 1072 has potential to hold support as well on the weekly time frame. We see that from these candle closes and opens here. But I basically just see, hopefully, that flat-topped resistance with our lows coming up pattern. And if that's lost, then we see a bear flag and likely see lower lows. But I like at least where it is for now. That's pretty clean. It's thoroughly tested our order block. So fingers crossed for Ethereum on a bounce. Yeah. We'll have to look at the weekly time frames and everything. I don't even know if I looked at it on Bitcoin, did I? No, I did not. Weekly on Bitcoin, actually a little bit lower than Ethereum. Just scrolling back quick to see it for comparison. It's below its previous support close level, and Bitcoin 19.3. We said that earlier in the show. 19.3 would be the support, at least on the weekly time frame we would look for. All right. I have a feeling a lot of these charts are going to be not so spicy, but some of them are. Let's just get through the market, the large caps, and then we'll get into whatever you guys want to look at. XRP closed below 33 cents last week. Surprising. It traded all the way up to 36 cents. This is actually pretty surprising. Traded all the way up to its weekly local resistance up here before selling back off below support. Not ideal. Not ideal. That's a pretty bearish look. We've been talking about XRP. I still think XRP is fine above 30 cents. You lose 30 cents again and things look pretty ugly. I was definitely seeing some strength there. Did this just like sell off? Yep, into Sunday. Yesterday was a pretty bloody day, it looks like, for XRP. It was doing great last week, and man, into the close got kind of wrecked there. We are in danger on XRP of the opposite pattern that we're looking for on Ethereum. I think I drew this out last stream. I'll draw it again. The opposite, the inverted pattern of Ethereum, it's in danger. We see a flat bottom with our lows coming down. That's the opposite of Ethereum with the flat top with our lows coming up. This would be the bearish structure, Ethereum potentially the bullish structure. I'm just repeating myself, I guess, until this changes. XRP, you got to hold 30 cents. You hold 30 cents, you look good. You don't hold 30 cents, you're in this really bearish pattern. You're going to be looking for a measured move to the downside. And where do you find support? Man, until like 21, 22 cents. This is the pivotal level for XRP, for Ripple, 30 cents. Set your alerts if you're a Ripple trader. Moving on. Cardano, same pattern. Same pattern as XRP. Same pattern. Luckily, I guess more favorably, Cardano does have a major support that hasn't been tested yet. That's at 34 cents, and it's not very far from where we saw it wick low in May. It is unfortunately in this same flat bottom pattern. Our lows have come down. Our highs are come down, our lows are flat, and so this is not bearish or not bullish until we can see some kind of high break. That would be 50 cents. I think we were looking for a 50-cent close last week. We did not get it. We did not get it. What do you look like on the weekly, Mr. Cardano? Momentum chilling? Not so hot. Not so hot. We pointed this out in June. We closed below 48.2 cents. It's kind of been struggling since. You had a pretty defined, clear support. You lost it. Not the prettiest chart. Not the prettiest chart. RSI extremely oversold on the weekly time frame. Not going to be much else there. This is a sit and wait. I'm going to be range bound, but I'm leaning bearish with the structure for ADA, at least for this moment. Doge, everyone's favorite meme. Doge. So we did look on our last live stream. We placed a short. 7.2 cents. We're in the money, baby. In the money. Our stop was not hit using that hopefully predicted flat top. It has not been hit. Price has fallen. It hasn't broken its low yet, so this short still might actually get rolled. Still might get rolled. Let's take a peek. Unfortunately, our long, so we were looking for multiple. None of this is financial advice for anyone watching. These are all hypotheticals for learning purposes. We were looking for potentially support at 0.66 cents, taking it back to the highs. That was coming true, but we saw a little reason, a little weakness. So we looked to that, hedge that at about 7.2 cents, back down. Our long has since been stopped out, unfortunately, leaving just our short open. We have a bunch of trades. We put up like a ton of trades on Doge when we did this first time. Short's still good. Long is stopped. And our more conservative long with a lower stop loss actually still open. Still open, but in the red. Let's check her out on the week. On the week, man. There's just nothing here. There's nothing. It's just symmetrical triangles, man. It's all just highs coming down, lows coming up. For the most part, not a very certain pattern in crypto. I don't see, in my experience, any probabilistically favorable outcome when we see symmetrical triangles. When your highs come down, your lows come up. People call that bull flags or bear flags, but I've never in my experience seen those consistently break like that. So I like to just kind of call them coin tosses. That's what we're seeing on a lot of these charts. Weekly close was ugly for Doge. However, it did close above 0.666. So even though we're red right now, could see buying into the end of the week. Who knows, man? Got a little support at 6 cents exactly. Momentum? Selling momentum's waning off still. I was really looking for the whole market to have kind of like a unified bounce last time we were streaming. I said, not necessarily today, but maybe into Sunday. We didn't see that. In fact, most things sold off, which kind of killed the excitement, unfortunately. Let's move it on. Another one of our shorts, MATIC. We were looking to short at pretty much what we're looking for as a neckline. That short was in good condition, still in profit, but our take profit wasn't hit. And MATIC actually finding some legs here, it looks like today. Almost back to our short entry. Our long entry still grooving. I like this though. So we're zoomed into the hourly. We've been looking at everything on kind of higher time frames. Zoomed into the hourly. That flat topped resistance with our lows coming up, I think is more visible. It's very clean here on MATIC. Very clean. Just like that. I was thinking about Doge still. So we can play it. Look to short the flat top resistance. I would definitely, if I were to take that trade, I would have a tight stop. Or, I mean, you could try to jump along, but I think the long entry is past unless we see some significant selling on MATIC. Things doing pretty nice. Polygon, MATIC, Polygon, whatever it is. I hate when things rebrand. If it can close today above 5.9 cents, it's got a nice bullish engulf on the day after a higher low on the daily time frame. Our short may end up getting stopped. We'll see. You break your neckline at 6 cents. I'm looking for 9. Measured move. Well, not a measured move. Back to the 618. Kind of a pre-fall consolidation level. Yeah. These charts aren't as spicy as I thought they'd be. What's up with that? It did close last week with a bullish engulf on the weekly. That stands out because most of the market sold off into Sunday. MATIC apparently holding on to some of its gains, showing a little bit more strength. How does it look now? Same as everything. Momentum slowly waning off on the sell side. Although money flow now in the red. VWAP's up, momentum's zooming up. This is one of the spicier charts. I wonder why. Not much has changed there. Not much has changed. Kind of just waiting for these patterns to play out. Let's take a peek at Vechain. Vechain did not reach 2.5 cents since our last stream, and now is looking to come back down to about 2.2. At the moment, no real edge here on this. I don't see any edge on Vechain at the moment. This looks very symmetrical triangle to me. You can call it a bear flag if you'd like. I just don't see these typically play out in bear flag, bull flag scenario. I don't know why. I've seen so many of these paint and then it's a reversal to the upside or downside, not really favoring either way. Let's look at its weekly close. Daily looks actually pretty good. Let's look at this weekly close on Vechain. 2.2 or yeah, 2.2 cents. That's all she is. Last week's open could be testing it as support here, but you can even see on the weekly time frame these candles not really moving. Volatility very much down in general in this market. We're seeing volatility down right now, and it's right below the previous support from back in May. We looked at that in like Bitcoin and stuff, where we fell, traded sideways. We fell again. Now we're trading below, I guess we'll call it resistance, trading below resistance. Typically that is a bearish thing, unfortunately. Everything though, everything is right here, like on the cusp of moving to positive momentum, but just not quite there yet. No edge, alert set. Let's talk about Uni, because this is one of the charts that is doing really well. Uniswap, we were looking for a break of our, at the time, theoretical neckline at 568 cents. It has traded higher, and we're moving back down to that theoretical neckline to play potentially the inverse head and shoulders up to 775, maybe as high as 1033. But this pattern unlikely to emerge without seeing the rest of the market bounce as well. That's the unfortunate fact of all this. Everything in this space is intertwined, and so it's very unlikely to see any given coin kind of just run alone. Even though it has a beautiful structure, I still think this trade is in the right direction or the right idea, especially as it's followed pretty closely to the TA. Yeah, that neckline's very, very juicy right here. Let's turn this into a green support. Click, there it is. You have your left shoulder here, your head, and your right shoulder, you broke in your neckline. Now we're looking for a test of support to hold at the neckline. You can start looking up again. Daily on Uni, beastin' though. Looks like short-term downside maybe to that neckline. Using Market Cipher, I'm seeing on the daily VWAP showing, momentum showing, maybe, hopefully, a little bit of downside to that neckline. Then you're going to hope buyers come in and that inverse head and shoulders pattern plays out. What would be ideal is likely for this to continue. Something like that. Another higher low followed by a higher high. That's likely to bring you to like 10 cents. We're not there yet. What's your weekly look like? Beautiful. Beautiful. Uni is such a beautiful chart right now. Beauty in the I'm a chart nerd kind of way. Beautiful. Look at this. It's so much clearer than everything else. Like this is like charting on dummy mode. It's like you consolidated, you fell. Consolidated, you fell. Consolidated, you fell. Then you moved back up. You held this order block you had created before on the way down. You bullish engulfed. You closed it. So one of the few that closed bullish engulfed last week or yesterday. And now you're coming back down. That neckline very close to the weekly closes. This is looking like a very prime opportunity for the right trader to make a smooth little move here. That weekly is beautiful. Bullish engulf, come back, test that resistance as support, move higher. Things are looking pretty nice actually. Not enough data to really look at it on the weekly. Uniswap though, not a coin I think I own any of. And it's teetering. You can see this is the only area it consolidated. The only area in its history it consolidated at before it ran to its all-time high. So you lose this and God knows where you go. You lose like this low here, who knows where this ends up. It's just in price discovery. But it is at like its only macro support. We are seeing a potential inverse head and shoulders paint, and so Uni may be looking for a retracement. I think that's pretty reasonable. I think that's very reasonable. Which ones do you want to look at? I guess Shiba Inu quick here. Same pattern as everything else. I feel like we're just looking at the same charts. Same pattern as everything else, but has not broken the neckline on the last stream. We were saying you could potentially look for a short play at the neckline. So far, so good. So far, so good. Down to 1,080 from 1172. That's not too shabby. Looking very similar to Uni. Huh. Market Cypher showing much similarities between SHIB and Uni on the day. Here's SHIB. I'm just going to pull the Uni up on the day and show you what I'm seeing here. And the similarities. Interesting. That may suggest SHIB is a little bully too. So this is Shiba on the daily for markets, or this is, yeah, you can't even tell the difference. This is Uniswap on Market Cypher for the daily. This is Shiba on Market Cypher for the daily. We have almost identical charts. Uni may be arguably a little more bullish as money flow is already positive, but they're so similar. It's almost like looking at the same thing. You have this beautiful upside wave here. You want to just see that continue out to establish an uptrend, and you're rocking and rolling, and bopping and beeping. Yeah, this even looks similar to Uni on the weekly. Not quite as pronounced, not quite as clean. It's trading below the high, but still same pattern. Same pattern. I'm not a Shiba fan, but almost again the same thing. You have one zone of consolidation. That was the reason to go long back here. You have one zone. That's it. You lose that, who knows what happens. But it's your only support to bet on, so it made it an easy choice. There shouldn't be, we talked about this last stream, shouldn't be a lot of resistance above this neckline. 17 or 1170 shouldn't be much, because on the way down, it didn't trade very much there. And on the way up, it didn't trade very much there. Consolidated above it and fell straight through. So if it's able to break kind of this weekly resistance here, I think it's on a fast track back to that 618, which is a pretty big gain, 1870, 1873. I told you I was streaming. How much, if your lady asks you how much she can spend on fabric, what do you say? What is the appropriate amount for fabric? She's making costumes. Okay, I'm streaming. I don't know. Under $100? I don't know what that costs. I told her I was streaming, so it's not a surprise. She's like, oh, yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, similar in that sense. Only one point to even look to go long. We look to go long. It's worked out so far. Shouldn't be resistance above. If you just can break through that 1170, probably see a pretty quick move to the upside. Not a lot else there. Pretty much everything on MACD has the same thing. It has a low swing, selling momentum. Sellers came in, they pulled back, they chilled, they began accelerating their selling again, and they're seeing it pull back again. That's almost every altcoin we've looked at. We're waiting for them to roll over, and you can see, at least on whatever exchange this is, Binance, SHIB has never had buying momentum on the weekly. Isn't that weird? Never. Only had selling momentum on the weekly, at least on this is FTX. Interesting take. Let's jump on AAVE. AAVE looking like it is being juicy here. So AAVE was a little farther ahead last stream. We had talked about pretty much every coin we've already talked about today, and we said it has a really similar pattern. We have kind of this mid-June high. At the time, it hadn't broken it. I think it did during the live stream or directly after. And we said, this is looking interesting. If it can break that high, we are going to then look for what? A pullback to long. And I think we were looking for what? The 84 to 92 zone. I think it only made it to like 83. The TA was actually pretty on there. That's pretty on. I'm going to get rid of all these arrows. Do have support at like 71 from back here, but this AAVE, this is interesting. It's actually making progress versus the rest of the market. We've seen some look pretty bullish, but this one is maybe, hopefully foreshadowing the rest of the market, making a similar move, pushing through flat top resistance, moving back slowly, finding support, and moving up again. That would be ideal. That would be very ideal. I have so many arrows here. I look like Charlie Kelly. Charlie Kelly trying to solve that mystery, and It's Always Sunny, circling a bunch of stuff. Weekly definitive solid close. If we do lose $74 here on AAVE, likely to find buyers at 65 from our weekly consolidation in June right here. Let's make this green. There we go. Boom. Likely to find support there if it is not held on this back test here. Momentum, very weird. This one's been positive, negative, positive, negative. But again, on the weekly, selling momentum waning off, as everything else in the market is. Market Cipher is still a little skeptical here. Money flow just reached a new low. Might have a little downside. Likely to fill, at least fill this, it didn't quite fill, but to at least fill our long. Hopefully it doesn't get stopped out. But this chart's interesting. This is a little bit different than the rest of the market, and that catches my eye. Brief updates, let's see. Solana, our short actually closed. Sweet. I think we were looking to short last stream. Man, we got back-to-back winners on Solana. I should trade Solana more often. We got back-to-back winners, man. Shit stats. We look to go long from 32.85. Taking profit at the 618, 37.80. Boom, done. Slayed. Last live stream, look to go short with a stop above our previous day's high. Boom, we closed it today. So that's what? 15% locked in, 9.8% locked in. We're owning ya. We're owning ya, Solana. Owning. If for Solana, like, to follow the rest of the market, we see that peak, we would probably look for this. A return again to 39. Establish the flat top we're seeing on everything else. Hopefully you hold your low. And then you look for a move to the upside. But nothing has really changed here. If we see trading below 32.85, we're looking for it to fall to support below it at 19. That doesn't hold. You're nuked. If you break what we're kind of assuming is going to end up being a flat topped resistance because the rest of the market's showing it, 42.91, you're likely moving back to your previous, what is this? Previous resistance, right? Yeah, previous resistance. That'd be up at $59. Wait and see. Wait and see. We've slayed these trades on Sol, though, so I can't complain. Sand, another one that we had a short last stream. This one was brain dead. This is a brain dead play. We said it looks like we're going to be in a sideways channel. We have resistance at $1.28 above. You can even see the arrows from last time. Support at $1. So what can we do? We don't know which way this will break. We never do. TA is never about knowing. It's about making the best guess and using the best data to do so. We said we can basically just slap a short at resistance, slap a long at support, and see which one fills. That's literally how brain dead this was. We'll just slap those on, see what happens. Looks like it worked out. At least so far. I feel like there's like 3 categories of charts right now. It's like ones that have these double top dailies below the previous consolidation, because this one's at the previous consolidation. There's a few of them. So far, though, all right, I'm just going to say Solana looks all right so far. Their lows are coming up. If you lose that dollar support, looks crappy again. But so far, so good. Our short's still cooking. Yeah. Yeah, weekly creating a new support at like 104. Hopefully we'll hold that dollar mark. Yeah. Yeah, bud. Yeah, bud. Momentum almost positive. God, something just... There we go. Here's Spice. Here's Spice. Solana on the week. Printed 2 green dots from Market Cipher. Boom. And money flow skipping. Very, very briefly in the red. Pulled back to green. This actually might be a pretty solid signal. By the end of this week, I think by the end of this weekly close, we'll have a solid signal. Whether that's to the upside or downside, I don't know. Keep an eye on Solana. Gala, I'm not going to say much. Same pattern as ADA, as XRP. You got a flat bottom. Your lows are coming down. You got to put a higher high in. The last time we looked at that, that was like 7 cents. Now that's dropped to 6.2 as we have a new lower high. Not a bullish pattern. Looking for a break to the downside unless it can pull some kind of higher high. Downside there, that's a pretty steep drop. I'd probably be looking for 2.8 cents from 5 cents, like a 50% drop. The reason being, didn't create you didn't create support on the way up. You fell back to pretty much, what is this? Like the only kind of consolidation on the way up that happens to be, you can't see it, happens to be at a very important retracement level, which gave us a little confidence here, more so than we usually have. From our low to our high, the 618 right here, 50 something cents, 53 cents. You had a little bit of consolidation, but that's really the only thing that's hanging on. 618 retracement. I think probability weighs on falling to the downside for any chart with this pattern going on, but we haven't seen any of them break yet. Nothing new on Gala. Unless the weekly close did something. Don't have high hopes. Nah, ugly weekly close. Ugly weekly close into a next ugly day. Nothing interesting there. Price point's pretty defined. What we're looking at, what pattern we're looking at. Not a lot to go off. So we have a loser here, EOS. EOS, I thought this was a solid trade. EOS had closed above what we've been looking at on these other charts. This double top daily moved up, made a higher high, closed, and it even looked like it was holding support at $1. Today, looks like we got stopped out. We were looking for some kind of long position at that dollar mark, but we got sniped. In fact, we got hella sniped. This trade almost was not green ever. It filled and then went straight down. Wild. Wrecked. That was such a good trade setup. Yeah, that's just how trading is, though. It's all probabilities. You can have everything in the world and then price can just turn around. Really nothing different. Like on the daily, it's like find support here or fall to 91 cents. Womp. That was such a good setup, too. Broke below. Weekly, 94. All right, 94 cents. Yeah, that was such a clean setup. Didn't play out. Rest in peace. ICP, nothing special here. We saw ICP rally, close bullish, engulfed. I don't like this coin, so I'm not going to spend time. Hit our $7.10 resistance. Actually looking good. God damn, why is it the coins that I hate always have like the coolest setups? So this is actually kind of spicy. You had a low. You broke your previous high off that low. You had a higher low. You moved to resistance where you consolidated back here. And now the daily touching back at that previous resistance, 631. I hate this coin, so I'm not going to make this play, but there could be a play off of 631, the tight stop. If that holds, you can get a very strong move to the upside. If it breaks, you're probably just looking for further retracement on this move. Yep. 618 sitting at previous support, 574. Maybe that's the smarter play. But this pattern, man, that would be awesome. It's almost too good to be true. But it's a coin I don't like, so that sometimes comes true when it's too good to be true. Nah, screw you, ICP. Let's look at Link quick. Link has not moved. Still waiting for $5. No update. Best of luck, Link. Best of luck. You have not moved in many a week. My alerts are set. I'm ready. My body is ready. Dot doing the same as ADA, as XRP, as many of these coins we've looked at. We see our highs descending, our lows are relatively flat. We are looking, or I'm looking, to make some kind of play maybe at 628 with a tight stop, just looking to play that retracement. If you guys have watched even a few of these charts I've done today, you'll notice I'm looking for really the same thing on all of them. We had our high in November. We fell into like May, let's say Q1 2022. On almost every chart from November to Q1, we fell. Now we see some kind of fall after that. And on almost everything, I'm just looking for a retracement. A retracement back to that Q1 consolidation, Q1, Q2 area. This has an ugly pattern. It has the same ugly pattern that we've seen in a lot of charts. But these bounces are so juicy. There's been almost no bounce all the way down. And so to find a very local 618 retracement, I think probabilities are good. Dot probably Probably not the one that I'm going to play. I'm going to play one of these. Probably not the one. But it got so close. Major support, $6.28. It hasn't actually touched it. Below that, though, $4.20. That might be the smarter play, especially with this ugly pattern. Where are the retracements? Show us dumps or show us retracements. No sideways. I'm anti-sideways crew. No crab market. Weekly close below support. Man, it's weird. A lot of these charts look exactly the same. Dot on the week. Nope. ADA on the week. It's the only difference really between these two is ADA put in a low, hasn't broken its low. I should have said that during the ADA segment. One thing that is important is ADA put its low in May. Hasn't broken it. Almost every other coin that we've looked at set a low in May and then broke it since and is consolidating below. Argue whatever you'd like about that, bullish or bearish, doesn't really matter. But it is an interesting distinction between these altcoins. AVAX. I don't even really remember this. I know we did this in the last stream. I don't even remember putting this, but we had a short fill, didn't get stopped, hit profit, and that was from like 2018 to 1973. Since then, though, has broken that support, back tested it as resistance here on the hourly, and fell further. So let's turn this into a red line for resistance. And okay. Kind of weird here, actually. Your descending high trend seems to be holding support right now. I don't know, the history in my memory of this scenario playing well is not very good. Typically, we see them eventually break, but I think a smart trader could look to take a position. Let's see. Damn, this thing actually back tested all these really local bounces. Huh. I was gonna say back to like the previous wick low, but it's already hit that. Did that to the previous one. Man, kind of brutal chart. I wonder if there's something here. It's below it though. Maybe that's for another day. Maybe it's for another day. Currently a downtrend. I think you can make some kind of trade. Say, hey, I'll look to maybe take a long off of this trend, and I can just very easily find a stop loss for it. It's under the trend. I'm out. Probably the smarter move though is to just not touch it. Not touch it. If we see 1616 again, maybe you look to get some kind of 618 retracement here. Make a slick little play. Weird. AVAX. I don't own any AVAX, by the way. $16.63 actually looking pretty likely on the weekly. Was that the exact value that we just pointed at and circled? Yes, it was. No, not exactly. 1616 versus 1660. Close enough. Yeah, boring. Keep moving. QNT, last one, and then I'm gonna like read the chat, and I got through everything I wanted to get through. QNT was going nuts last time we streamed. This was wild. While we were live streaming, we said this could hit $92 today. At the time of saying that, it was below 80. Traded up to 90, so we were damn close. Today, we've seen a lower low. This looks like a long stop hunt. It's moved back higher, currently bullish engulfed, but with 3 hours, or I guess a 4-hour candle left. Oh, that's spicy. That's spicy. Look at that 4-hour candle. If it can hold this daily close, it'll close with a bullish engulf on the day. That'll be $85.05. If it can close above there, 92.6 looks very, very good. Closing below is not the end of the world, but to see a very clean back test there and a move to 92.60, potentially higher, would be a very nice trade. It'd be a very nice trade. After looking at all of these charts, I said there's probably like 3 categories. I'm having trouble describing them or differentiating them, but Basically, the elements of them is where did they fall to in May? Did they break that low or not? And then this one, QNT, this might be the only one that we've looked at that's actually not just retesting that area in May, but broken above and now potentially even consolidating here. If it might actually be ideal for this to just trade sideways, build some support right above where you were looking to build support before. You stopped everyone out. Now you build support up here. Look to make a bigger move. This is one of the few, actually. Did we look at any that have actually broken and consolidated above May? I don't think so. Ooh, something I wanted to point out. I'm going to Litecoin Summit in Vegas, baby, October this year. See you in Vegas. I don't really know that much about it yet. You guys know I love Litecoin. If you love Litecoin, man, join me in Vegas October 21st. All right, done. Boom. Cut it. Done. We got through everything. No, we're not done. We're not done. I'm going to pull up the chat. Sorry for ignoring you all. I know I'm the worst. I'm so ADD, man. I can't do two things at once. Let's see. How many likes do we have? How many viewers do we have? That'll decide how hype I am. 500 votes on the poll. 60% feeling bearish. That's good numbers. Good numbers. I think that I agree with you for now. I'm always bullish long-term on Bitcoin. But like right now, I might agree with you. All right. I'm very short, very short-term bullish above 19.9, as I said earlier in the episode. Very short-term bullish. If we break 19.9, then I'm short-term, maybe even to mid-term bearish. But overall, I guess like the bigger picture, below the 200 weekly, I'm leaning bearish. So bearish, it's like long, mid-term, maybe short-term bullish. We'll see how that works out, but we're talking extremely short-term. Extremely short-term. I do like that we are... You never can know. You can never know for fact, right? But what I do see is I do see some kind of bottoming, or at least some kind of low time frame reversal building. Doesn't have to work, doesn't have to play out that way, but I feel it. You have a low, you broke your low, or no, on the hourly you had a low, you hit a higher high, you broke right to a lower low, and then to a lower high. So what do we have? We have a diamond. We have a diamond forming. Easy. Diamonds, I will admit I was incorrect about them for a long time. I will concede. I think diamonds are reversal patterns the majority of the time now. That's a diamond. We have our conditions. You guys know how I've explained them. I have no idea if this is how everyone else does it. But whenever you have like a range of trading, you move to a higher high, and from that higher high, you break to a lower low, you look for a diamond. Boom. Boom. Right here. Broke high, broke low. Now you're diamonding out. Here we get a reversal. Reversal though, on the hourly, I mean, it's like you break this. Let's say this plays out. Where do you go? I don't know, 21.5. Woo. 21 maybe. When you get stopped short, 21. I think the 618's right here, like 21.6. It's just not enough on the hourly. I'll take it. But yeah. That's clean. That's actually super clean. That is a very beautiful diamond. I hope that it does actually, now that I've said I believe in diamonds, watch, now it won't work. Now it's like, it'll just dump through it. But this is how we expect diamond patterns. And when I say expect, I mean probability. You expect either a move to the upside. This case, it's a downside move. The diamond pattern paints, and you look for a response. You look for it to end and reverse. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful example. All right. I got distracted by my own diamondy. So let's see this chat. What's up? Sue Manth, my man who won his magnet yesterday. Congrats, brother. Good to see you. Loop ring, please. Is that the one I asked yesterday? And actually, after I ended it, dude, after I ended the live stream, I thought about you. I was like, crap, I asked him what chart he wanted to see. And then I don't think I continued reading chat. So we'll look at loop ring. Why not? We haven't looked at loop ring, I don't know, probably since last year. What's up, Andrew Baltz, Brad, Barack? Are MIA and NYC scam coins? Well, there's certainly shit coins. There's certainly shit coins. Even as like a blockchain bro, I don't really get the point or really understand them. I have not invested anything into them, nor will I. I don't know if scam is the right word, but like, I don't think they're great investments. Yeah, I don't know. CY wants to look at Wi-Fi. What's up? If you're here, we need a little spam off or something. We need to get the chat brewing. There's not enough chat messages per minute. We got to spam it. Everyone needs to smash the like, the subscribe, and then just put whatever ticker you want to see in the chat. I want to see LTC because I always say that. But let's just get it moving, because our engagement is too low, and that's probably why we don't have our normal amount of viewers. How many do we have? It's so buggy. Dude, YouTube is like, I love YouTube as a platform, but it is so buggy on like my side with live viewers and stuff. It just like constantly will say there's like no one viewing, and then it'll like, I don't know, it's weird. It says 561. I don't believe it because we only have 288 likes. We haven't hit 420 yet. If this were real, we'd have 420. How do you join our trading group? Here's our trading group. Oh, no, button didn't work. Here we go. I see some good stuff. Wi-Fi and more Wi-Fi. Sandbox. We looked at Sandbox, bruh. We looked at Sand. Not gonna look at it again right now. We looked at Sand. One step ahead of you. After the live, by the way, guys, I've been timestamping them, so you can always go back and look. VPAD. What's VPAD? AVE. Rune. Rune is one of the biggest losers today. Tezos. You know what? Tezos is definitely going to be a winner. Tezos is definitely going to be a winner because we opened it at the start because it was one of the biggest gainers, and I said we'd come back to him, and I didn't. I didn't come back to him. I'm going to do loop ring. Let's see. AAVE, H bar, Hex. Oh, speaking of Hex, holy crap. We don't have that much time left because I'm being a bad friend. Miss Teen Crypto. I love Miss Teen Crypto. Interviewing Richard Hart. Oh, she changed it to 5 p.m. Nice. Sweet, so I will catch it. She's interviewing Richard Hart. I want to catch it. He better be nice to her, or I'm going to find him. There's a link. That'll start at 5, actually. So that's in like 40 minutes, 50 minutes. That works out perfect. I don't have to rush. Let's see. Comp. What's up, Tommy V? Sushi and Phil. You're a goat. You're a goat, Jesse. Thank you, Jesse. Love you. Barry, EMB. I don't think I've ever heard of that. Eth Go to Moon wants to see Comp. You don't want to see Eth? Yeah, Eth Go to the Moon. Divianish. What's up, Divianish? Jake Irishman. Good last name. SWFT. Coinbase's new client. I've never heard of it. It doesn't sound real. Maybe? What's up, Post Mishka? Moon Rally says peace. Yeah, don't worry. You guys, the mods, wrenches, don't worry about spam. The more I learn about it, unless it's like scam spam or those like nude picture ones, just let it go. Cause like it just doesn't matter. The more it like counts as engagement. So it's like, I guess let them go. WTF, please. Let me go through Loop Ring first. Oh yeah, trading group. You asked me about my trading group. We don't sell signals. We don't like do anything like that. Nah. But you can join our Discord. Our Discord link's right there. We're gonna do airdrops after the live stream like we do every day. So you'll get some sats. If you want to be, so we don't have a trading or signal group. We did like the patron still exists, so that's like as close to that as we have. Patron though, the price was drastically reduced, but it is, you can still sign up. That's where most of the chat goes on the entire server. You can join the patron. It's more of a social club now, but lots of experienced traders in there, lots of chatter, way more than the virtually dead general chat. Let's see. Loop Ring. You're the best. You're the best, Mitrala. Thank you, man. Mitrala. Yo from the UK. What's up, DJ How? Houster. Houster, you doing, brother? Let's see the 1 month. Okay. Think that. Where? This is a weird one. This is a weird one. 1 second. Brain is still processing. Interesting. Interesting. Do we have to pay to be in Discord? No. In fact, no. In fact, you get airdrops after the live streams. So technically you get paid to be there. Yeah, that's right. Isn't that wild? Look at that. That's why you should like and subscribe. Okay, loop ring. Loop ring. I didn't expect... So, okay, here's my thoughts. This looks like everything else, right? These last few weeks, that looks like everything else. But when I look at this chart zoomed out, it doesn't really look like anything, like any other chart. 2018, you had an all-time high. You broke it by a little bit in 2021. Weird. Weird. But my spidey senses are tingling. What is... There's something here. There's something here. Where is it? There's like a line I'm missing. There's something here. I feel like this is going to end up being a giant cup and handle. We could have lower. That'd be a 50% fall. That's what a lot of coins are looking at. Weird, man. Maybe? Maybe? Problem is, you're like, for where are you going to bounce from? You do have support right here. You do have support where you're at, like literally from the monthly, from your previous all-time high. There's just loop ring. What is up with you, man? If it can hold 25 cents, but then you have your 618 down here. So like, I'm going to get rid of a lot of these monthlies because we don't really need them, I don't think. Let's just adjust them like this. Get rid of that. Okay. Your 618's down at 14 cents. That's about a 50% downside, which is what a lot of coins are looking at right now, major supports. They have another support, about a 50% decline from where they are right now. So that could fall in line with the rest of the market. The rest of the market falls 50%. Loop ring might have a very spicy setup with your 618 retracement at like 15, 14 cents. Now, the thing about a cup and handle pattern that I was talking about, these little triangles, is you don't actually have to go back there. You don't have to go to the 618. That's just a logical place to look. You could just do it from here. That's hard. It'd be hard to argue, though. With the state of the market, I mean, if everything else starts cooking, yeah, this has a really interesting setup. But this chart is not as much like every other chart. It's interesting. Last few weeks have been identical. Got a double bottom, it looks like, at 31.4 cents on the weekly. That's spicy, man. This is weird. You fell. You came back. You hit it again. Of course, you have no new high. You have no new high. So you are in danger of what everything else is seeing right now. This. But at least if you wanted to make a trade, your stop loss could be a lot more easily defined because you have a double bottom. Wonder if this trade would play. Not financial advice. Only copy my trades if you want to get wrecked, because I get wrecked. But this is how I might look at something like this. 5.8 is way too big a risk reward. Don't need that. Something like that. I like that. You're taking advantage of what looks like a crappy chart pattern by saying, okay, you're probably gonna, we've seen many coins do this. You're probably gonna paint this as well. Looking to take a position from there with a stop. I guess this is gonna be like a different monthly support. And you're just gonna look to play it back with like a 3-to-1 risk reward ratio. And that just so happens to line up with the previous consolidation, which is where we're looking for pretty much everything to return to. This is an interesting chart. It's kind of boring in the sense of like numbers, but interesting in its shape. I didn't expect to spend that much time on it. Cool chart, man. Glad we looked at it. We definitely have to look at OMI and Tezos because those were our biggest gainers today. And then I looked at them real briefly and then forgot. So OMI, oh my, OMI. Not so hot, right? You fell. Huh. You know what? This was placed incorrectly. Magical how it still like is at the exact same value though. Oh well. 1618. That's pretty much the only thing you have to hold on to here. OMI for me is absolutely a knife. I am not going to mess with this. No, I'm not going to mess with this. You broke your low. You moved to the 1618. Cool. Awesome. You might have the same pattern. Lots of things are painting out here. Doesn't hit anything. I wonder if the bottom's in on this or not. You don't have any support. This is a measured move. This is like a profit-taking target. Looks like participants in the market acted rationally, took profits on shorts here. You might be building that neckline too. That could take another test down here. I'm not seeing anything too special, to be honest. It's had a nice 48-hour run, maybe. But I don't see anything like too crazily special. If it does break, and this isn't that far away, looks like 0017. It's currently like 00165, so very close to a potential breakout. Very close. But that's when traps are born, when you're very close. I would say a weekly close above 1671. That's going to be a good signal. You're going to have your highest weekly close above resistance. But really, if you can trade above 1710, maybe you have a breakout signal. I don't like to do breakout trades. You guys see I'm always trading against the trend, pretty much. I'm waiting for the trend to come to me to go in the opposite direction. I don't like breakout trades. They just don't work well in crypto, in my opinion. But if you can close a weekly above 1671, or even if you just see like kind of a wick price out of 1710, I mean, maybe you're looking to retest that previous support as resistance. I don't like the risk to reward here. I don't like the probability. There's just not enough history. Maybe there's more history somewhere, but I'm not going to find it. Tezos. Let me copy Tezos because this is old AF. XMR. Yeah, Diviash. I think XMR is up next. XMR was one of the bigger gainers. Actually, I'll load it up. I do want to look at Monero, personally. This is a gibberish chart, Tezos. What's your gibberish chart? I do not like that. I think kind of the moral of the story is, these are the two biggest gainers today. We have OMI and Tezos. They're both the biggest 24-hour gainers, but they're the biggest 24-hour gainers because they're so low comparatively to the rest of the market. Like OMI coming off an all-time low. Tezos broke... It's like almost back to March 2020 levels. It bounced, looks like $1.18. March 2020 was $1. So it was 18% up of March 2020 levels. Yes, they have a little green, but a little green is what we're looking like. We're looking for retracement. And that's what these little greens are seemingly. That's what they seemingly are. I don't like this weekly on Tezos. I do own some Tezos, but I do not like this weekly on Tezos. Did not work. Look at like this. I don't like this chart. I don't like it. I don't like anything about it. Let's look at it upside down. See, it looks better upside down. It almost looks on the weekly here like a bigger version of what lots of coins are seeing with like your flat top, and then, I don't know, I guess not flat top because he made a lower low, but then breakout, consolidate. I don't like this. I might just move on. This is giving me bad vibes. Tezos might look good again above like 230. Even $2. But until then, this chart looks like utter crap. I'm going to look at Monero. Let's look at Monero. A coin I hodled Monero. I've hodled Monero for a long time. Looks like it's moving up against Bitcoin. That's good. God, I'm having Litecoin flashbacks right now in Monero. Oh, the Litecoin flashbacks. XMR. It's like $50-ish. Well, I'll do like 40. Dang, this chart's just like Litecoin. Let's see. Monthly time frame, pretty cut and dry. Ooh, maybe not. I like this better. You got support at 113 on Monero. There we go. There's an opening statement. You got support. Very local daily or weekly support at 125. Back test at 125 for a move higher. Probably makes some sense. Ooh, but I like this. Okay. So Monero being a great example of what we've been looking for all day, all stream. Boom. Boom, baby. There it is. $134. Price to beat. You got a flat top, so what can you do? You can do just as we've pointed out with many of these coins so far. You can, boom, look to play from that flat top, go short. You might be able to do it this way. I think this way is a lot riskier. Something like this. Oh, wow, that would be just above that high, huh? So you could look to go long, potentially at $1.25 as support into this week, or look to go short at the double kind of weekly or monthly top at 134. A breakout from 134 is going to complete this beautiful pattern. And if we lose our lows, same thing as everything else, we're looking for a breakdown. This one is very nice, though. We have higher daily closes. Our low was in June. Lower low than May, yeah. Recovered basically from that wick low in May. And a really successful long could bring you all the way back to 150. Okay. That's not a huge move, but not a bad move. Huh. Would you look at it? Interesting. Bitcoin just did this, but it got sold off. Monero looked like it was about to follow suit, gained a little energy kind of out of nowhere with money flow increasing. I like it. Where can you access my charts? Right here, baby. My live streams are recorded all day, every day. How you doing, Shalom? My friend Shalom. How are you, man? 600 votes. We're leaning bearish. We've looked at a bunch. You know, we didn't make it to 420 likes yet, which is a shame. I haven't chilled it that much. What's up, Noegs? I've been live an hour and a half. Bitcoin has not moved. Check back in on that little diamondy. Diamond has not done anything. We're right where we were. Trading in the Zone. I've heard very good things about that book. Nano Ed. There's a name I haven't heard in a long time. What's up, Beardy Day? George Coleman, Crypto Carnage. Ali. You thought that was a... It is, but not a fun one. Oh, crap. The sun is encroaching. The sun is encroaching on our space. It's like messing up all the lighting in here. This is what I'm looking for on Bitcoin. It's not very exciting. Not a lot of volatility. What's up, Sebastian J? Subscribe. Good to have you, my friend. Shashank Sharma. Maxine Kiernos. Helder Stones. I like that name. Helder Stones. Have we only had 5 people subscribe this whole stream? That's weird. Just a slow day. Just a slow day. We have slow days. FBTC. There's a good one. 442 watching. 350 likes. What about FBTC? It's a good question. Almost identical to ETHUSD. It's kind of weird. I don't even know where these lines are. This is like an old chart. Almost identical to ETHUSD. You have that daily, except you only have 2 daily rejections. Your lows are coming up. Doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad. It can look bad very quickly. Money flow roll number 2. It can look bad very quickly if you just lose your low. Come back down to like 0.053. It looked like shit then. Like we haven't backtested 0.44. I really thought this was going to fall farther. We nailed Ethereum Bitcoin 2020. Our whole group, like everyone on this channel went long on Ethereum at like 0.02, 0.023. Then we sniped it all the way up. Honestly, my thoughts on Ethereum, BTC Ethereum. I'm surprised it hasn't fallen more. That's like my thoughts. I can't believe it hasn't fallen more. It's fallen, but I don't know what's keeping it up. Support target for me would be 0.44 below, but like I just don't know what's holding it up. It's weird. It just was in this like ugly ascending channel. It broke down, but it didn't really go very far. Maybe we're seeing a big old diamond play out. Maybe. I don't know. Beats me. The Pickle. We have the Pickle. The most important person in the world has subscribed to Pickle. What's up, man? Michael Gajdika. Subscribed. Okay, so now we're up to like 6. Surprisingly slow. But you know what? It's okay. I still love you all. It's weird. Why is FBTC... Like, I expected it to go higher and then fall harder. And it didn't go higher and it hasn't fallen. This market has been... This like cycle of crypto has been very different. Very, very different than the previous. Well, Diamond's still playing out. Not a lot of volatility. It's probably waiting for us to end the stream. Probably. When Lambo? Lambo now, Tyler. What's up, Tyler? Tom K. 420, right on. 420 watching. Something wrong with MATIC and Link. We did look at MATIC and we did look at Link. Link not doing anything. MATIC a little spicier, though. MATIC is a little spicier. Huh. Our trade is just, yeah, nothing's happening. That's okay. If you guys haven't joined the Discord yet, definitely get in there. It's the easiest way, best way to keep up with our live streams. You'll get airdrops of some Satoshis just for being in there. So we pay you. If you haven't checked out Femex or Market Cypher yet, I use them both. I trade on Femex every day. I use Market Cypher every day in my analysis. Trading on live right now, even though nothing's happening. You know what? I should put my money where my mouth is on this. 21. 21. 21.0. Whoa, what? 21.050. No. 21.014. Put the money where my mouth is. I'll add those contracts back. Boom. I'll add the profit I took right about here. I'll add them back. See if that diamond plays back out. If it goes much higher, my short's in trouble again. This short's up 28%. That was just a beautiful snipe, though. We got a little lucky. Yeah, you should join the Discord if you haven't checked out Market Cypher or Femex. Should. Links in the video description below in the chat. They support our channel. They keep the lights on. They're not investments. They're just things you're going to be using anyway. So use my links. It helps me out, helps them out, helps everybody out. You guys are great. I think we're going to finish the stream. So follow me on Twitter. That's the last thing. Join the Discord. Like and subscribe. Check out our sponsors. I'll see you in Discord in a minute. I hope. Love you all, guys. If it gets spicy, we'll go live again. And if not, we'll go live again tomorrow like we always do. Crown out.